Hello. Okay, so we are working on adding and subtracting unlike fractions still. We're going, you watched the video just a second ago about reviewing adding and subtracting. And so now you're going to do an activity. And then after this, you're going to do an exit ticket. Both of these, this and the exit ticket, are graded. So you're going to click on the blue link like always. And this brings up an adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So you're going to click the answers here. We're going to do a few together. And then a picture is going to pop up. Okay. And in your exit ticket, you will have options to describe the picture for me. And that way I can, have an extra assurance that you completed this, because it's super important to complete the activities when, we give them to you. All right, so I'm going to have this problem right here. I'm going to write it down on my paper. 1/2 plus 2/5. Okay. All right, so just like we've been doing, what denominator am I going to use? Okay, so what do 2 and 5 have in common? 2 cannot go into 5, but what multiples could you use for 2 and 5? You could take 2 and times it by 5 to get 10, and that would probably be the easiest way to figure out that you're going to use 10 as your common denominator. So now you have to think, well, how did I make 10? How did I get to 10 so we can get the numerator? So 2 will go into 10 5 times. 2 times 5 is 10. What you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. What did you do to 2 or to 5 to get to 10? You multiplied by 2. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 2 times 2 is 4. So then we say all you have to do now is just add. 5 plus 4 is 9, and then 9/10. So your answer to that one is 9/10. So if you put 9/10, okay, so it tells you right here that's how you're going to input the correct fraction form. And if it comes up with a green square around it, that means that you have got that correct. If you have done, the wrong answer, 5/8 is not the correct answer, it's going to come up red, and then none of the picture is going to come up. But if you put in the correct answer, the square around the problem is going to be green, and then some of the new picture is going to pop up. All right, so let's do the next one. 1/3 minus 1/5. Okay, and I'm still writing these vertically, so it is easier for me to create the new fractions. So we are making equivalent fractions to get the denominator the same. And to do that, you have to think about what 3 and 5 have in common. Can 3 go into 5? No, but you could do 3 times 5, right? And that would get you 15. You can also draw your M like we've been doing and put 3 and 5, and then come up with the multiples. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. And then do it the same right here. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. So 15 would be the common denominator, the lowest common multiple. But you can always just multiply the two denominators and get the new denominator, okay? And then you just have to make your equivalent fraction by looking at the old denominator, looking at the new denominator, and thinking, well, what did I do to the 3 to get to 15? Well, you multiplied by 5. And once you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. What did I do to this 5 to get to this 15? 5 times 3. What you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 1 times 3 is 3. So we're subtracting here. So then you're going to say 5 times 3 is 2, and that is over 15. So that is 2/15. So come back over here and we're going to say 2/15. Again, I have, well, it doesn't have the green around it, but it is completed. Oh, you know why that's got the green around it? It's because I've got it open. I've got it open twice. That is why. Okay, so it will not have the green around it. I'm sorry, I thought it would. But if you get it correct, it does not show up red, and then you have some in your picture. All right, let's do one more. 3/4 plus 1/2. Okay. All right. So looking at 2 and 4, you can make your M. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then this is what you're going to realize, that 2 can go into 4. And if 2 can go into 4, that's what you're going to use as your common multiple, as your new denominator. So now that you've got your new denominator, you're going to say, okay, well, what did I do to 4 to get to this 4? You multiplied by 1. What you do to the bottom, got to do to the top. 3 times 1 is 3. What did I do to this 2 to get to 4? You multiplied by 2. And then what you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. 1 times 2 is 2. We're going to add that. 3 plus 2 is 5/4. Oops. Okay. You cannot leave that. Okay. So you have to do what? What do we have to do here? You have to turn this into a mixed number. And to do that, you're going to divide 4 into 5. You push that 5 over, right? And it gets in the box. 4 will go into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. And you have 1 left over. So you have a 1, and a 4. Well, your new fraction, the answer is always going to be the answer to the division problem. So it's going to be 1. The leftover subtraction number is going to be the numerator. And then the denominator is always going to stay the same when you convert. So our answer here is 1/4. Okay. So it tells us to just write, you're going to put the whole number, space, and then 1 and 1/4. And we got that correct. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. So now you have, I did 3 of those. You have 17 left to do. All right. Goodbye.